Hello, everybody. I'm excited to chat with you guys today about how to eat for fat loss specifically. How much to eat, when to eat, and what you should actually be eating in a way that is not super overwhelming, doesn't require you to, weigh and track and measure all the food that you eat, and gives you a sustainable approach to make sure that you're eating the right amounts of the right things at the right time. Okay? So, that is what we are going to dive into. And I want to start this by saying that one of the most common questions that we get from people are those three questions. What should I eat? How much of it should I eat? And when should I eat it? And some people struggle with different parts of that. In this video, we're going to cover all three of them and really dive in a little bit deeper into each one of those topics and hopefully answer those questions for you so that you have extreme clarity on what it is that you need to do on the eating side of things to optimize for fat loss so you can lose the weight that you want to lose, and we'll go from there. All right. And so these videos, all of them are designed to help people just like you lose 15 or more pounds in 90 days and get your energy back, increase your confidence without starving yourself and without spending tons and tons of hours in the gym. And that's what this is going to help you do. All right. Let's dive right in. The first question, the most common question is like, what do I eat? Right? And so I actually have a document here that we're going to go over. Let's see if I can share my screen. Share screen. Secondary display. Cool. All right. So this document, what it's going to do, put my face back up here, we call this fat loss and energy plates. Okay. And what this is it basically is two types of ways to put food on your plate. And the graphic down here will explain more of like, this is a fat loss plate, this is an energy plate, but I want to cover high level first. What it basically is a way for you to make sure that you're getting the right amounts of the right foods at the right meal. Okay. And so let's cover the differences first between what a fat loss plate and an energy plate is, because this will help you. A fat loss plate structurally is a quarter of the plate, and this is like physically how your plate would look, right? A quarter of the plate would be lean protein. Options you have in here: chicken, lean red meat, lean fish, pork, right? Lean proteins. 90% or leaner is what we're aiming for, or vegetarian options if you're someone who's a vegetarian. Okay, a quarter of your plate is how much you're trying to put for protein. Now, a smaller portion of your plate, about an eighth of your plate, is going to be healthy fats. That's things like healthy oils, avocado oil, olive oil, ghee, right? Avocado in general, nuts or nut butters, right? Those things are going to be your healthy fats that are a small portion of the plate. If you have fattier cuts of meat, then that's going to count as your protein and your fats, so you don't have to have extra fats on top of that. Or the only other exception there would be eggs, where you have protein and fat in one thing. Okay, so that covers your protein and fat. The large majority of your plate, though, is going to be vegetables and fruits. Okay, and hopefully as many green vegetables as we can get on there. Right, that's going to make sure we're getting the right amount of micronutrients and really feeding our body for healthy metabolism, for healthy gut. Make sure we're getting enough fiber in. Right. And so that's how to physically set up your plate, right? We're going to do mostly vegetables and some fruit in that section of your plate. That is for a fat loss plate, and I'll explain the differences between these in a second. For an energy plate, we have half your plate is protein and half the plate is vegetables and fruit. Okay? So you'll notice there's more protein on this plate and there's more fruits and vegetables. In addition to that, we have a little portion as well of starches, healthy starches, right? So those are things like potatoes, sweet potatoes, rice, quinoa, oats, right? Those are the things that we're trying to have as that half a cup to one cup of cooked at that meal, at your energy plate meal. Okay, so let's structure how the plate looks. Now let's check out what the differences are between them. For a fat loss plate, the reason why why we call this a fat loss plate is because you're going to be eating it if you're trying to lose weight, right? And you're going to be eating it away from your workouts. So let's say you work out in the morning. So back up. What we just covered was the what. What do I eat? That is what you eat. Those broad categories. You fill your protein with the healthy sources that I suggested to you, your healthy fats. The carbohydrate sources are the starches, and then your fruits and vegetables. I mean, wild rain, go for it. Whatever fruits and vegetables that you like, you're allowed to have in there. Okay, this should be the large majority of the food that you eat. Okay, so that solves the what, and then the next question is when. Okay, and this does solve how much as well. You can see the little the portion sizes. But the next question is when. When do I eat, right? And so if we look at this as a sample day, we want to use fat loss plates away from our workouts and energy plates close to our workouts, because energy plates are going to help us recover and they're going to give us energy. You need energy to recover from your workouts. You need energy for your workouts to perform well, right? And the fat loss plates, what it does is it removes some of the starches and adds some fats so you can have energy long term for the rest of the day. So this example here is an example of somebody who is going to exercise at night. On their workout day, they would have a fat loss plate for breakfast, right? So let's use an example. Maybe that is 2 eggs with spinach and blueberries. That would be a fat loss plate, okay? For a snack, a protein shake and fruit between meals. Lunch, they're going to have another fat loss plate because they haven't worked out yet. So they haven't really needed to use a ton of energy. Unless you have a very manual job, this is for the average person who sits at a desk most of the day and is sedentary. For the most part. If you have a manual active job, this would look a bit different for you. We'd probably want another energy plate in here. But in this case, this is another fat loss plate. So a fat loss plate might look like this. Maybe we have some chicken breasts. We have some guacamole, we'll say, right? And then for our vegetables, we're doing peppers and onions and pinto beans, right? And we'll make a burrito bowl out of this, okay? Lettuce, right? Salsa, tomatoes, those kind of things, right? That's our fat loss plate. Then you have the option to have another protein shake with fruit if you want. If you're someone who needs the extra protein, that will depend a little bit more on specificity to the person. But for the most part, if you have one snack here or here, you're good. You don't necessarily need both. And then dinner would be post-workout. We're having an energy plate. This is going to be more protein, have some starches in it, and fruits and vegetables. What that could look like as specifics, it might be we have ground beef, right? I'm just giving you a very simple example here. You can be more creative than this. But we have ground beef here, maybe some broccoli, and so a big handful of broccoli, right? Maybe 2 handfuls of broccoli. And then for our starches, let's say we're doing rice, right? So we're doing ground beef, rice, and broccoli as an example. I know that's a boring meal. I'm not being very creative right now, but you can get more creative than that. Okay? That's on a workout day. And then on a recovery day, it's even more simple. There's no energy plates. We're just doing fat loss meals for the most part. And you'll notice the reason being for this is we don't need a massive amount of fast-acting carbohydrates if we're not exercising regularly, right? Or if we're not exercising on that day. And so that's what your starches are made for. They're made for quick energy bursts to restore your muscles with the carbohydrates that they have lost. If we're not working out, we're not using them very much, right? So we don't need to replenish them. And so, I'm not one to say that carbohydrates are bad. They just need to be used in the right placement if we're trying to lose weight, that is, okay? So on a recovery day, you might just be having fat loss plates all the way through. Now, this is a very simple structure for you to use. You can create all sorts of different kind of meals like this and make it interesting, but this gives you an idea of what to actually eat, how much of it, at what point in the day, and depending on when I work out, right? So I hope that this was clear. If you would like, I can send you this document. It's our fat loss and energy plate document, and usually it's reserved for our paid customers. So I am willing to give you guys this for free for the time being, for a short period of time after this. All you have to do is comment plates underneath this video and I'll send it to you. And this just gives you an idea of what to eat, again, how much of it to do, and when to do it. Okay? I hope this was helpful for you guys in solving some issues, but this will allow you to take some of the guesswork away, not have to weigh and measure your food, because truthfully, I haven't even personally moved to this method recently because I'm just kind of sick and tired of weighing and measuring food. I've been tracking my macros like very specifically for the last 10 years. And truthfully, I don't see myself doing that when I'm 80 years old, right? And so we need a way to still regulate how much we eat and have some structure around when we do it, what we eat. And this is a really great way to do that. So again, comment plates underneath this video and I will send it to you and hopefully answer any questions. If you do have any additional questions, drop them in the comments and I'm happy to answer them as well. And I will catch you guys next week.